2, 3. I can finally breathe, suddenly alive. I can finally move, 'cause I feel alive. I can finally breathe, suddenly alive. I can finally move, 'cause I feel revived. I can finally breathe. I can finally move. And that's a song by Anne Berlin. Anne Berlin. So I could finally breathe. What happens with a lot of trauma in the body? The body keeps score, right? Have you read the book? We get hit with all sorts of emotions that take over our body in different ways, including on an energetic perspective, trapping energy, creating blockages for us to feel, for us to release. What happens a lot of time with grief, and I've been dealing with this in my life more this last year than the previous years, dealing with loss. And through the breath we learn, we get to understand that there's no such thing as loss. With every exhale, there's a new inhale. So there's something new happening. Energy is never lost, right? It's just changed, transmuted, moved. So what's going on with grief, though, when we lose somebody? We shut down a lot of the times. And classically, what happens energetically, we'll feel grief in the chest, in the lungs, in the heart space. The heart gets closed off. And so our breathing gets closed off. And if we go long enough time without dealing with the grief, our breath becomes so shallow, we become riddled with disease, riddled with all sorts of issues that create disease, that create disharmony, that create negative feelings. And this could happen at birth, this could happen at any time. And we probably are, a lot of us are carrying grief that's just unprocessed here. And you might see people that are really like this, right? Closed off, curled in. Like that's their baseline. And so we want to open up. We want to breathe in from their belly, right? We want the oxygen and the air to come into the depth of our belly, into the depth of our lungs. That's where a lot of the capillaries are for absorption. But we also want to have a full breath, which means breathing into our solar plexus, breathing into our chest. And when we have trauma like grief, especially if it's really fresh, we might not even be able to breathe without weeping or crying or expressing. When we dive into the breath and we slow down the breath or we work with the breath, we start to release energy and emotions and process emotions, process trauma, just by practicing. So for grief specifically today, if you're holding on to something that you should have just let go because it's already gone, it's a waste of energy. So we're going to use the breathing tree to slow down our exhale exponentially. We're going to do a little bit of box breathing and then exhaling through. As we progress, we're going to progressively slow it down and exhale through the breathing tree with a hum. With our energy, we're going to visualize. So the energy rising up our system into our heart, calling in energy. We can absorb energy through our hands. We can absorb energy through our head. So we'll just call and visualize in beautiful, unconditional love absorbed into us for this healing matter. And then directing the energy into our heart space, the cross section of our energy system. So we begin by an exhale, and I want you to exhale out. Just be with the breaths. Now in through the nose. Hold. And release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Inhale. Into the heart. Bring the unconditional love here. Hold. Letting that unconditional love rain in through our crown, rain in through our hands, directing it into the heart. Empty the lungs. Hold. In. Into the deep belly breath. Direct that energy into the heart. Hold it in the heart. Unconditional love for yourself. Unconditional love for that person or anything that you've lost. Unconditional love. Hold. And release. Unconditional love, holding that energy here, bringing it down into the heart, empty the lungs. Hold. In. And prepare your breathing tree or your nostrils. You're going to plug a nostril, you're going to hum. Hold. Sniff it one more time. Hold. And release. Bringing that energy, vibrating your chest, your heart, cracking that heart open, letting it bleed. Hold. Relax the belly. Inhale deeply. Hold. If you want, you can have your hands out here. Bringing in. Hold. And release. Hold. Unconditional love. Feeling. Acceptance. In. Full lungs. Gentle with yourself. Slow it down. Hold. Release. Return to normal breathing in and out through the nose. Continue with the visualizations of the energy, the love, unconditional love, absorbing into your body, coming into the heart, relaxing that chest, open your chest if you want here. Normal breathing, but just open up, pulling open your chest. Relax those muscles with some massaging, bringing that in. Unconditional love for us and all beings. Now we're going to do a version of the perfection breath. We're going to empty the lungs, then we're going to fill our lungs up as much as we possibly can. Bring our hands up in front like this, squeezing our fists, squeezing our glutes, squeezing our kegels, bringing our belly in, squeezing our jaw as hard as we can for 4 pumps. Okay, we're going to pump. All right. All right, here we go. Empty the lungs. Push it out, push it out, push it out. Filling up fully. Slow it down. The slower you go, the fuller you can get through the nose. Full lungs, hands start in front. Full lungs, bring the belly in, squeeze the fists, the glutes, the jaw, the kegel, bring the belly in. Then relax. Relax. Meditate on the heart space. Calling your energy back to you. Bringing in love energy into our hands, into our crown, in through our feet, visualizing our roots going down into the earth, bringing up that love, unconditional love energy. Meditate on the heart space, bringing in all that love from all around us. The universe has infinite, unconditional love for us. Let's tap into it, be present with that, focused on that love. Love, unconditional love. Love, unconditional love. Love, unconditional. Love, unconditional.